So the views of Middlesbrough from it.
Oh yeah, I'd be ecstatic.
Ah, crackling rosy, get on board.
Show your boobs off, girl.
No? Proud. You can get clear tape, you know, you can actually put clear tape on your boobs.
I've got some.
And obviously stick it. It depends whether or not you actually want to go full cleavage.
No.
Is that full cleavage?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be very, very full on.
A short time later, I came across Steve fussing on the shop floor. His store had been shortlisted for the Drapers Awards, the Oscars of fashion retail, and the judges were due in less than an hour.
Michelle, it needs to be absolutely bang on, you know. It's got to look absolutely, totally tip-top. Fantastic. I'll just move this. Everything depends on what these judges think when they come now. So, and to win this is great national recognition and it's loads of publicity for us. What they're mainly looking for is that it's all merchandise, so they're thinking about it from a customer's perspective, you see. Does it look exciting? Is it a dramatic retail space? Is it all priced? Is it branded so that it's logical so you know where you're going? I want it perfect. I want to win this.
What's he like when he's, you know, in one of those modes?
Awful. Awful, but then you're going to understand where he's coming from because it's his shop, isn't it? And he wants everything to be perfect.
But he's still awful. You mean he's awful in the sense that he's annoying, is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
Just nagging, do this, do that, do this, but we're going to have so many staff and I think he forgets that we have to watch the customers as well at that time.
The lady from the Drapers Awards was taken on a tour of the store by Steve and Dean.
Come on, silver lady, take my word. I won't run out on you.
She took a lot of notes.
Believe me, oh, I've seen the light. It's just one long night without you. Here I am a million miles from home.
Bye-bye.
She left half an hour later without giving away any clues. But I thought Dean and Steve had tried to charm her.
I think that went well.
Dean's over the moon. Dean thinks it went fantastic, but I think it went pretty well.
Steve was still waiting to hear if there were any objections to his plans for the restaurant. But on the ground floor, Cafe Murano was struggling to attract customers to its menu of champagne and oysters. It was run by one of Steve's oldest friends, Eugene.
Has business been good this week?
It's slightly quieter than usual this week, but beginning and end of the month we're busy, but this week's been quieter than usual.
With the cafe in trouble, Steve had tried to help his old friend out by reducing the rent he charged. But Eugene was still struggling to pay his bills, and their relationship was becoming strained.
He hasn't been paying his rent. I did a deal with him where he was going to pay half rent. I let him do that, only because we were friends. But he hasn't even been paying that. And then it's supposed to be monthly in advance the rent. And then we had an agreement where he was going to pay it weekly, and he hasn't even, he's just not been paying it.
After lunch, I spotted Eugene slipping into Steve's office. I was curious to find out what this meeting was about, but Eugene didn't want me in the room.
Yeah, give us 5 minutes if you don't mind, Rich, and we'll be happy to talk to you afterwards.
Can't we film that then?
I don't mind.
Yeah, I'd rather, just express a few more views, and then I'll be happy to. Well, I'll be happy to speak to you with Steve, but
I think you should let us film it.
Pardon?
I think you should let us film it.
I'm sure that's what you think. We'll speak at another time, Steve, then.
No, sorry, you have to meet it, I'll go.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Thanks, Richard.
I left them to it. Afterwards, I caught up with Steve.
I came out from that meeting just then with Eugene, the one I wasn't allowed to film.
He's just not being realistic. He's really pissed me off, to be quite honest. I think I've been totally more than reasonable. I don't want a cafe. I'm only doing it just to keep it going in the short term, so we can get decisions on somebody else who's going to take it over, or try and get started on the restaurant on the top floor. More fool him. So now it's time for solicitors.
So Eugene wanted to close Cafe Murano, but he and Steve could not agree on the terms. I wondered if their long friendship was in jeopardy. The next day, I was back in Steve's office.
Is that Sue? Sue, hi, it's Steve Cochran. Alright, I'm not, I'm panicking.
He was ringing the council to get feedback on his extravagant plans for the roof of Psyche. The call seemed to go badly.
Okay then. Thanks very much. Thank you. Bye.
What's the situation with the lift?
It's up in the air now.
Really?
Yeah. So
It might not happen.
Major, no. That means the restaurant, everything is in jeopardy now. £2 million investment. Yeah, I'm getting opposition towards it. It's like,
How does that make you feel?
gutted. Well, demoralised as well, you know. I'm very, very pro Middlesbrough. I want to make it a fantastic place, and it's as though, why bother? You know, I feel, why don't I just go and move somewhere else which is economically more viable and an easier place to make money? You know, when you know, when you get setbacks like that, what do you do?
See, I'd love to be able to wear that. It's very Kylie, isn't it?
Well, that would look nice with cowboy boots.
I would like. Look at you, old-fashioned stylist there. Should we have a go at that?
Come on, let's see you.
I'm all kind of... It is very Kylie. That's lovely.
That's very nice, though.
The next time I was in Steve's office, Eugene turned up unexpectedly. This time, he didn't object to me filming, which surprised me because tensions between these two old friends were high.
It's fucking bollocks. I'm really pissed off. I mean, there are things I can do to start proceedings to recover the rent. You know this, don't you?
Yeah, of course. You know, of course. There's Steve. You know, you implied this last meeting we had. There's things both of us can do.
No, there aren't. There's no defence whatsoever because you've been in occupation. It's not as if I've promised to give you something and I haven't. You've actually had electricity, you've had the space, you've been in occupation in the building and you haven't paid the rent. And you're the one who's behaving as though you're the aggrieved party. Yeah,
not at all, Steve. I acknowledge what I owe you. You know, I'm not in a position to pay.
So isn't it better to write off your debt to me and leave the furniture and the kitchen equipment?
No.
So you're quite happy for me to sue you then?
Well, of course not. But if that's, of course I'm not happy that you're going to sue me.
Because you're avoiding the issue about how you're going to pay this 22 grand that is now an old debt going back over the past 22 months, some of it.
I think it's a bit unfortunate that we can't come to some sort of agreement. But,
well, I've offered you what I think. You know, I'm quite prepared to write off your debt for the furniture and catering equipment that's worth a lot less than your debt. Lynn is totally pissed off because she reckons you walk all over me because you're a friend, and I have been Hang on, Eugene. I have not treated you like any of the other concessions. Any of the other concessions would have been out of here straight away if you hadn't paid the rent. It's fucking bollocks.
That night, I travelled to London with Steve, Alex and Dean. It was the Drapers Awards. Steve seemed in a good mood, despite his troubles with Cafe Murano and the restaurant and the lift proposal.
Remember, they didn't win, and we did.
I wondered how Steve would react if he lost tonight.
So it'll be a